Hello friends. In our previous video, we learned about list in Python. In this video, we are going to learn about one more data structure in Python, which is tuple. So let's see some features of tuple. So tuple is similar to list but written with parenthesis, unlike list with bracket. Tuple is also heterogeneous in nature and it can have different elements of different data types. It can also have list as an element, a class object as an element as well. Tuple is also an ordered collection. It will always maintain the order in which elements are added. Unlike list, tuple is immutable. This means once it has been created into our program, we cannot change it. We cannot modify any element. We cannot change its lat. We cannot remove any element from tuple. Tuple also supports indexing and slicing so that we can access the elements based on index. Let's see how we can use tuple in practical way. So in this practical, we will see how we can initialize empty tuple. We will also reinitialize it with some default values. Then we will see the count method of tuple data structure and index method of tuple data structure. Then we will try to generate error while modifying the tuple, because tuple is an immutable data type. Once it is created, we cannot change anything into the tuple. So let's start. So we can declare my tuple equal to using an empty parenthesis. So this declares an empty tuple. Now we haven't provided any element into it. That's why it is called an empty tuple. But there is no meaning of creating an empty tuple into our programs. There is no use case. So we will redefine it using my tuple equal to, and we will provide some elements into the in between the parentheses. 1, 2, 3, 4.5, 6.1, 8.9, and string Smiansh, and one more false. So this is the tuple with some default values. Let's try to print it. My tuple elements are. So this is how we can print the tuple. Now let's try to run it. So here you can see my tuple elements are whatever we have initialized tuple with. Now let's see the count method of tuple. So before that, I'll add one element in this tuple after 3 and after 5, 9. So this is basically just for the demonstration of count method. So now we can take some variable count equal to my tuple dot count. So count basically returns the number of occurrences of the provided value. So let's take 9. Let's now print it. Print total occurrences of 9 comma count. Now let's try to print it, right? So instead of here 8.9, we'll keep it like 9. So let's try again now. So here you can see now the 9 occurs 2 times in the tuple. Previously it returned 1 because the 9 was occurring only 1 time into the tuple. This is an 8.9. It's not 9. It's a floating point number. So that doesn't count as the same value as 9. That's why it returned only 1 count. Now it is your exercise to do the same with the value of 3. Now let's move to the next method, which is index. So my tuple dot index of any value, whatever value we will provide, will get the index of that element. Please note, it will return the first occurrence of the character and its position. So if we provide here 3, then it will return 0, 1 and 2. So it should return 2. So now let's try it. Before we print it, let's take the output into some variable. Then we'll print it. Print index of 3 comma index. Now let's try to run it. So here we can see the index of 3 is 2. So it returned the first appearance of 3 and its index. So that is nothing but 2. Now let's try to delete some element. So as we know that tuple only has 2 methods, count and index. We can't remove any element using the method remove because it does not exist in tuple. So alternate way, we can try to access element using index and try to modify it. Let's try it. So my tuple 2, we are trying to replace 3 with some other value. So let's try 100 and let's see what happens. So let's save it. Let's run it. So what it is saying, it has shown a type error. And it is saying that tuple object does not support item assignment. So as I say, it is immutable data structure. Once it is created, we cannot modify it, change it. Understood? I hope this is clear to you. This is very common interview question, very frequently asked to a Python developer by an interviewer, that what is the difference between list and tuple. So the main difference between list and tuple is list is mutable data type and tuple is immutable data type. Explanation is that once list is created, we can add, remove, modify elements into the list. Whereas in tuple, once it is created, it will be constant throughout the program. We cannot modify anything in tuple. We can just access elements and get the data from tuple. We can't do anything else. I hope this has been clear to you. So if you have liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and share with your friends as well. If you haven't subscribed to my channel already, I request you to subscribe it so that I can make more videos like this. In the next video, we are going to learn about set. I'll explain what is set and how we can create it and what are the different methods available to manipulate set. See you in the next video.